転生。
Hello everyone, this is Crimson, your favorite fiery whatever. Today, I'm gonna do What If Deku was Sukuna. And yes, I'm gonna be doing it differently. So, enough talk, let's get right in it. We start off with Deku being born. And instead of him looking like a normal baby, he looked quite different. His body was definitely more different and more concerning to the professionals of medical health. Because Izuku had two more arms, and his face looked slightly deformed, and he had the birthmarks all over him. But that did not matter to Ingo. She just held her and said, "My little angel." With the doctor saying, "Angel, more like a demon king." With Ingo gave him a death stare and said in a dangerously calm voice saying, "Oh, so you saying I have a wrong eye for my own child?" Which that made all the doctors went pale. With the doctor who said that saying, no, he's definitely an angel. Congratulations, Miss Ingo. With the nurse just cleared her throat saying, "I apologize for my co-worker's rude assessment. He's not very good at handling different bodies yet. But Miss Ingo, we can assure you that your boy is perfectly healthy. But what would you like to name the little guy?" With Inga said, "I would like to name him Izuku." We time skip, but Izuku do have friends. But let's just Bakugo. Even though Bakugo he's a little bit weird since he is bigger than other kids. He seems to have more interest in martial arts than some heroes. And when he gets angry, it's like seeing a face of a demon. And he always go into a stance, which even him fast and not make the quietest and nicest child angry. The children also picked on him because, well, he was the science of the bunch, and he was basically like a gentle giant. But he always defended himself. But he has been called weird because he's more into martial arts than, well, heroes. He is still a big hero nerd, but he is also a martial artist nerd. He even had a taste for using a certain kind of weapon. For all of you who watched Jujutsu Kaisen, that's the kind of weapon Sukuna does use. I don't know what it's called. Tell it to me in the comments. What's it? Oh yeah. He's more into martial arts and he does learn a certain kind of weapon. Bakugo thinks he's weird, but Izuku say, "It never hurts to be prepared for a time we can't use your quirks, Kazan." Kazan said, "Well, yes, but you're almost 2 times a regular size, and you have like extra appendages." With Izuku shrugged his shoulders saying, "I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other heroes or people with quirks who has extra appendages. With Kazan said, or Kazuki said, Izuku, that's because those are mutation quirks, or that's just a quirk. You do not have a mutation quirk. As Dig say, well maybe, but if you don't, you're just born like that. Izuku say, but hey, I can give high 20. With Bakugo rub his eyes chuckling saying, you're weird. With Izuku say, everyone is. With Kazan say, or again Kazuki said, isn't it today your birthday, by the way, nerd? Izuku say, oh yeah, it is. Mom is taking me to the quirk doctor soon. With one of the kids said, maybe they're finally found out what's wrong with you. With we times get to him being in the quirk doctor. With he starts to think. What the quirk doctor say? Miss Midoriya, I have a question. With Inka said, yes. I've run over 10 different tests on your child alone, and his physical features does not contribute to the quirk he has. With Inka say, how's that? With the quirk doctor say, to all things considered, he should not be able to have a quirk right now. In fact, by all means, he should be quirkless because with his kind of body, he should not be able to even hold a quirk. But from what I can see, he has quite a powerful quirk. With Inka saying, what kind is it? With the quirk said, what is the quirks of yourself and your husband? Said, I have the ability to attract small objects towards myself. My husband could be fire. What's strong? With the quirk doctor said, Izuku here have a quirk which it can be designated as pyrokinesis. But what I can tell that this could be far beyond any kind of quirk of pyrokinesis or a fire control quirk. With Inka say, how so? With the quirk doctor said, from what I can see, he looks like he can be able to create weapons out of his fire and quite possibly control it as if it was alive. He can possibly control other people's quirks. Other people's fire, or even fire that was recently created, or even more. With this kind of power, at this age, he can make Endeavor feel afraid. With that, Izuku didn't care about the kind of quirk he had. He just smiled and excitedly clapped all four of his hands, saying, I'm gonna be a hero. Said, that kid is gonna be the death of us. After that, Izuku spent years training, building up muscles, learning different martial arts, even training and advancing his techniques with his weapon. And he shot up to a staggering 6'5" when he is in middle school, and put on a great amount of muscle. He even let his hair grow out. Now it's about as long as, well, about as long to his mid-back area, and the front of his hair is not past his shoulders. The teacher asks the class what they want to be when they grow up. They used to drop the paper saying, who cares? I know all of you want to be heroes. Especially the two destruction twins, Bakugo Katsuki and Sukuna Midoriya, as they see that being shut up with Isuke say, "You forgot us, sir," with Katsuki say, "You're way too humble," with Isuke just saying, maybe. And that's why I'm gonna leave this what if off. I hope you enjoy, and if you want more like this, like, comment, and subscribe, and join my Discord so you can have more ideas heard. This is Crimson, your favorite fiery whatever, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good day, and make sure you stay safe out there. I'm sorry this outro is longer, I forgot what I'm supposed to do, but still, have a nice day now. Goodbye. And I really do hope you have a good day.